How's everyone doing? This is Bandai's GX-64 Space Battleship Yamato from the Space Battleship Yamato 2199 anime remake. This is somewhat similar to 2010's GX-57. A lot of the same features, but again, this is a totally new CGI build based off of the new remake, of course. A lot of the diecast seems to be near the lower half, towards the center, and of course the guns are also diecast. Excuse me for a second, I'll just give you a better shot of how detailed this is. And these wings are removable, similar to the GX-57. This is the new landing bay, and this hatch is also die-cast. There is the huge stand. So right now I'll just talk about the features. So when you turn on the Yamato, this ship takes 2 AAA batteries, and the controller also takes 2 AAA batteries. But when you turn it on, this is what you're greeted with. Neat, right? This is your controller. You can see there's a little infrared sensor. This is the infrared sensor right here. And you have 6 buttons. These are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is your action button. So I'm also going to turn on the switch, and I'm going to cycle through the sound effects. Anyone that grew up on Space Battleship Yamato should know this iconic sound. I'm just holding down the button. There it is, the wave motion gun. The sound that everyone loves. If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, you will remember that sound. Now a couple of the other sound effects. Yes, there is an LED there in the engine, similar to the previous BPX and GX-57. Now, a lot of the die-cast is near the lower half of the Yamato, near the center. The guns are die-cast as well. Give me a quick second, I'll just show you just how insanely detailed this is. I do actually prefer it to the GX-57. Now I'm going to cycle through the other sound effects. We already covered the wave motion gun and the engine sounds. This is the third sound. As you can see, the bridge stays lit up. That's a nice little feature. Sound effect number 4. Sound effect number 5 are the shock cannons. And the last sound effect is the turrets being fired using ammunition, or rounds. Ammunition, regular rounds. Okay. The turrets can be swung from left to right, and the barrels can each be raised at different angles if you like. And there are several songs that are included. So what you do is you hold down, it's any of these 6 buttons. This is the first button. Song number 2. Actually, if you want to cancel, hit these 2 buttons together. Okay, now song number 2. Can't help myself. It's some really memorable, catchy tunes. Okay, but again, cancel. Song number 3. And similar to the GX-57, you can link songs and sound effects. That song runs a bit long, so I'm just going to cancel that out. Here's the next song. Come on, everyone knows that tune. Whether it be Space Battleship Yamato or Star Blazers in the United States. And the last song is... I think this is the Cosmo Tiger song. action song. Okay, anyways. So, a couple of the features. This was similar on the BPX and GX-57. You get a rocket anchor. So this is a metal chain link, and you plug this in, and this is how it looks. So they've stayed with that gimmick for the last for this release. They're really big fans of the rocket anchor, chain anchor. Me, I prefer with just the regular look. And another feature is these wings, of course, can be removed. Okay, just push in and pull out. I'm going to remove the other side as well. Okay. Okay, again, the profile. There's the Yamato from head on. Again, it's a brand new sculpt compared to the previous versions. And some of the other features. This is the hangar deck for the Cosmo Tigers, Cosmo Falcons, I believe. So there's a little latch. Again, you can't open this hatch if the wings are in place, so you'll have to remove the wings. Give me a second here. Need some. Okay. Okay. There's a shot of the hangar bay for the Cosmo Falcons. It does not rotate. Those fighters cannot be removed, but it's a nice addition. Okay. Another feature that I really like, by the way, are the inclusion of these stands. Now you get 6 of these bases. You get 3 of these display stands as well. There's about a 3-inch size and a 5-inch or 6-inch rod. Okay, 3 of these. 3 of these. And you can plug in the included fighters. You get 2 of these alpha fighters. That is Kodai's. And I apologize for the lighting. I'd be able to use my light box. Kodai's. You also get, again, they look really great next, when you have them positioned next to the Yamato. So you do get that sense of scale of how large how large the Yamato is next to these fighters, these tiny fighters. So you can mount them on the stand or on the display base. As you can see, there's 6 of these pegs. You can also, I'll show you in a second, you can also display it on the launch ramp. I believe they call it the Hayabusa in the TV series. You can also peg them on the launch catapults as well. And another feature, you can, there's a switch here. So these missiles, by the way, these are very sharp missiles, by the way, very pointy. A lot of points here, so definitely don't give this to the young ones. But give me 1 second. There's also another feature I'd like to show you. Again, these little fighters, awesome, simply awesome. Okay, so they're Bandai included a different set of mounting points or mounting brackets. Okay, so they simply plug in, and if you want to, you can display the Yamato at a different angle, and it stays securely in place, but that'll also give me an opportunity to show off the underside of the Yamato. Okay, there you go, and there's the power switch, but it'll give me a second. I'll open up this hangar door, or the launch door for the fighters. Okay, and I don't know if you could see that, but let me reposition the camera. There is the last of the Cosmo Falcons. You can position it there as well. Okay, and with this display stand option, you can choose to have the ship at different angles. I believe you can have it at 4 different angles, so you can have it turned this way, and this way, and I think one more. So it's a nice little feature. And I think I probably discussed this already. It's coming up on 17 minutes, but most of the die-cast is near the center of the ship, the lower half die-cast, and a lot of die-cast. The cannons, of course, are die-cast. And I think that's about it for the features. So if you are a Yamato 2199 fan, or just a Space Battleship Yamato Star Blazers fan in general, I would definitely look forward to, I would recommend that you pick this up. I got it for about 15,000 yen, about $150. It was second hand, but there was nothing wrong with my version at all. So lucky to have picked up a great copy. And of course, this is where the batteries are installed. There's also an option to remove this door. There's a little ramp there, but I don't think you really need to see that. And these catapults can be turned. I believe these do turn to the side, and the Cosmo Zeros are launched right off the catapult. But again, it does take up a lot of real estate. This base is a lot larger. I would have preferred that they included a place where you could store the remote control, similar to the GX-67. But again, I still prefer this model to the previous version. And they did not include the Seagull, the reconnaissance plane that they did show a few times in the TV series. So I don't know why they didn't include that. Seems like they should have. Okay, and you know what? I also didn't show you the other side. So again, with the Yamato filming it, you do have to get the beauty angles. Sometimes it does look a little odd when you don't film it correctly, but there she is. And there's the speaker, of course, right here. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Please pick up a copy of the GX-64 if you are interested. feel free to ask any questions. I hope you have enjoyed this review of Bandai's GX-64 Space Battleship Yamato.